What's good? What's good? Raw lifts again in the garage. Feel me? We about to do overhead press today. Haven't done overhead press in some weeks. Been quite a while. I didn't even do it as part of my bench prep or anything like that. So this should be interesting. We're just getting warmed up with some bar action. One weird thing that happens for me on OHP is my knees pop. I'm old. Don't forget that. I'm in my upper 40s at this point. So uh, you'll see my leg position on overhead press is a little weird because I do try to like keep an athletic bend in my knees and I turn my knees out a good amount. Because like I said, if I lock my knees out, it does not feel nice. So I got the belt on. I'm trying to get the bar path going. In these initial sets, I think I had the bar too far ahead, so it was kind of tweaking my elbows a little bit. So I was trying to get that nice lean back posture so I can get that straight up and down bar path. And I did start to get it towards the end of the workout. But these early sets, like I said, I'm just still trying to get in the groove, get stuff popping for me. So I think let's see what was our. So again, this is 531. So let's check the workout log here and see what weights we were doing. Pretty lightweight. So a set of 80 for 5. Then we're gonna do a 95, which is looks like this is the 95 for 5. And then we're gonna hit 105 for a plus set. So yeah, this is the 95 here. I think by this point I kind of got things dialed in a little bit. It's looking pretty stable. Uh, Reps are looking pretty clean. That last one, I realized I was maybe kind of rushing things a little bit, so I tried to give it a little pause. Um, yeah, so here we're gonna go ahead and jump up to 105. Try to get that for as many sets as possible. Or, I'm sorry, as many reps as possible. I always got to check, make sure I got the right weights on there. Once the workout starts getting intense, I start to forget how to do math. ADHD starts acting up, so can't be having a lopsided bar. Here we go, moving pretty smoothly here. Got the leaning back going on a little bit, which is, I guess, helping to keep that bar in a straight path, keeping that bar right above my shoulders and keeping me from tweaking out my elbows. And I think I got about 12 reps here, which is oddly, as many years as I've been working out, a volume PR for my overhead press. So I have literally never done 12 reps on an overhead press, which is a bit saddening. So I got to do better on that. So here we have weighted pull-ups, and I think I'm just doing sets of whatever I can get, and that's a 25 strapped around me there. Yeah, I'm doing sets of 8 actually. I was trying to keep, so before on my workout before this, I went a little heavier. I did less reps, and then I kind of was feeling things out in that workout to see what I could do consistently, and I settled on 25 pounds for around 8 to 10 reps. And I got like 3 sets with that. I wanted more. I wanted 5 or 4. Only got 3, and then I had to drop the weight down a little bit. Yeah, so like I said, this is 531. I am still trying to bench 315, and I want to make sure that you know I keep it clear that I'm old. This is probably the last time I'm going to do a push like this. I really want to start moving away from so much intense workouts, high weights, to more volume, focusing more on size. As you can see, the triceps is popping a little bit. So that's mostly because, I've kind of been pushing the volume a little bit more coming off the advanced bench program. That was very high volume, 5 days a week. And it's harder at this point to recover. It's harder for your joints to recover. You starting to get that degradation if you haven't been staying healthy. So I'm kind of keeping that in mind, even though I don't really have any issues like that. But I don't want to get hurt because I just know in general being older, it's going to take longer to heal. So I just kind of want to change my mindset. I've always been focused on strength, and I don't want to get away from that. I'm still going to hit those higher weights, just not as often as I may have previously. And I really want to try to get more volume in. Like I said, this is the first workout where I've done 12 reps on an overhead press. That's crazy. So this low rep stuff, can no longer really be the base of my workouts. And it's more fun to hit reps. I like getting the pump. It's not something I focused on before. I haven't really focused on upper body before. I've always been more into squats and deadlifts, trying to get that leg strength, which promotes longevity. So yeah, here we go with the second set. This is going to be for 8 reps, 25 pounds. But yeah, just in general, I'm just trying to be here for my family in my older age, be healthy, eat right. And just going in the gym and chasing numbers is really the problem. It's not really the heavy weight. It's the chasing the numbers that I'm trying to get away from. So I want to be able to hit certain numbers this year that will influence what weights I can use for volume is really the goal. Also, just the fact of being able to say I bench 315 at some point in my life is going to be kind of a minor goal from that. So right here we're seeing that I dropped the weight down from 25 to 15 because it just wasn't working out for this next set. I could already tell. Even with that, I only got 5 reps, dropped the weight and just did 3 body weight reps to round things out. I was feeling it in my back at this point because I already did pull-ups on Monday, which I'll post that video. So here, this is the back off sets for 531. So I'm doing just 65 pounds for 10 reps. And I'm supposed to hit this for 5 sets. That is Luna. She's a Cavachon, and I don't know what she's barking at. Hey, girl, shut up. I'm trying to record a YouTube video. Yeah, so these sets was easy. I mean, this is only 65 pounds. That's pretty much nothing. And I really was focusing on, getting that form dialed in, and just getting that pump, focusing on the right muscles, trying not to throw in too much hip drive or anything like that. You got to lift the light weights just like you lift the heavy weights. So this is an opportunity for me to have a weight I can easily control and just be able to focus more on the technique. I don't know why I do this right foot twist thing when I set up to lift, but I saw a female power lifter in competition recently, a video of her, and she did the same thing, so I thought that was interesting. So I guess I'm not the only one. Yeah, so it does pay to remember, it's not all about the heavy weights all the time, but at the same time, you got to have a balance. If you never hit heavy weights, then all the rep work you're doing, all the pump work you're doing, all that bodybuilding style training is just not gonna hit like it should hit. You got to be able to hit those higher reps, 12 reps, 10 reps, even 8 reps. You got to be able to hit that at a weight that's really gonna push you. If you only ever do high rep sets and you never say, well, how much could I do for 1 rep or 3 reps or something like that, then you don't ever know if you're actually being efficient in the gym. And that's something that I've always tried to keep in mind, and it's definitely a focus with this arc of my training here. So I don't want to be doing any junk volume or wasting time in the gym. I want to be and this is something that you should think about. If you're in the gym, you want to make sure that you're pushing weights that make sense. You don't want to kill yourself, but at the same time, you don't want to be phoning it in. I used to work at Planet Fitness. I used to see people come in the gym and do the same weights for weeks and months. Just the same weights over and over, the same exact workout. The weights never changed. And, you wonder why you keep seeing these same people in the gym and they always look the same. It's because they're doing the same thing. They're never changing. They're never improving. They're never increasing. It doesn't make any sense. It's a waste of your life. And it's a wasted opportunity. You're already in the gym. You're already putting in the work. You're already putting in that consistency. But you're not getting any benefit out of it. So definitely keep that in mind as you approach your gym journey. Oh my God, I said journey. Jesus Christ. Anyways, we're going to round the workout off. We're going to get rid of that belt. We're gonna set up the cables here. Little cheapo set of cables off Amazon, but works awesome for what I need. So I'm gonna do some overhead tricep extensions, which is my new favorite tricep exercise. I should have changed the camera angle here so y'all can see, but this is apparently the science behind these being like really good for the long head of the tricep and for the tricep in general. And it's not a workout I've been able to do since I'm in a home gym. As you can see, the setup is kind of elaborate. I only recently even got cables. And this is really, I think, a main reason why I feel like my arms are looking a lot bigger these days. In addition to the focus on bench, but the overhead extension just is hitting in a different kind of way. So I used to have that cable set lower than this, and you might see a lot of gyms, people have that cable set a lot lower to the ground, and it makes the exercise hard to set up. It's just not necessary. I saw a video by Jeff Nippard where he talked about this exercise, and he specifically mentioned putting it, more at waist height, and it definitely makes a difference. It's easier to set up, it's easier to get into, and it just feels a lot better. So right there, I kind of hit the bar. I should have moved that bar out of the way. The weights hit the bar, no big deal. But we're gonna knock these reps out. I'm trying to ease up on adding too much volume at once, but I really need to get some bicep exercises in as well. But after triceps here, I was cooked, so I had to go ahead and wrap things up. Yeah, so this is me finishing up my workout on my phone, making sure I did the right reps and sets, and contemplating my life choices right now to see if I'm gonna do something else. Ultimately, I went ahead and wrapped the workout up. So appreciate y'all watching. Holla at y'all next time. Peace.